Hello, everybody. Happy Saturday, or whenever you're watching this, happy day. Welcome back to Anthropoplogy. Sorry for no video last week. My dog got surgery, so we were on extra mommy duty for the pup. But we are back. She is recovering well. And let's catch up on all things pop culture from this past week. Right off the bat, I just have to talk about how excited I am that Widow's Bay has gotten renewed for season 2. I was late to the bandwagon. I think I started watching episode 4, maybe. So, like, not that late. But wow, it is the best show. I think it might be my favorite show on TV right now. It's like a dark comedy, thriller, horror, all of the above on Apple TV. And if you're not watching, I highly recommend that you get started. Moving on to some kind of movie related news. Taylor Swift performed at the Toy Story 5 premiere this past week. She did her newest song, I Knew It, I Knew You. And she also brought out Randy Newman to do You've Got a Friend in Me. And I watched it so many times and I cried because when I was little, my mom used to play piano and she would play like Beauty and the Beast and Colors of the Wind and all the good Disney songs. And I would like sit and cry and when I listened to them. So now hearing them as an adult, of course, I just cry. I also thought she looked gorge and she brought a VHS, I think it was a VHS, of Toy Story and had it autographed on the carpet, which I thought was like very cute and nostalgic. Also, of course, because she's not busy enough, she sat courtside at the Knicks game this week, game 4, in like the funniest Stevie Nicks shirt with the Haim sisters and Mariska Hargitay. And yeah, I'm not a New Yorker or a sports fan, but this week I am the number one Knicks fan. So go Knicks. Moving on, Ariana Grande and Ethan Slater announced that they have split after 3 years. And to be honest, I completely forgot they were dating. I know it was like a big deal when they started dating because Ethan like left his wife and baby and all of that stuff, which is horrible. And especially to not even follow through. But I forgot they were dating. So I don't really have much thoughts on this other than like, I can't believe he blew up his life. Side note, I like forgot how much Ariana Grande, like how much life she has lived with Mac Miller, Pete Davidson, what's his face who she got married to. This girl has lived lives and relationships. We will move on to some TV news because all three of my next bigger stories are related to TV. First, starting with my favorite story. You guys know I can't shut up about Summer House, and Summer House is announced that they're releasing a surprise episode this coming Tuesday, Summer House The Aftermath, and it's going to be 3 sit downs, one with Lindsay and Amanda, West and Kyle, and Sierra and Miha. And I am so excited. I was like already getting ready to mourn and grieve the loss of season 10 Summer House because I'm just not ready for it to end. I know some people are like so over it, but personally, I am not. I could watch 7 more episodes of the aftermath. So I'm really excited for this to just extend it one more week. And Sierra is now in Fiji for Love Island, so that's fun. And they usually start filming around July 4th, so we should see the cast in the next month. They don't typically like announce newbies or anyone beforehand, and usually like pictures leak the first party, but I'm really excited to see who comes back. We'll stick with some Bravo news because the 20th season trailer for The Real Housewives of Orange County was released, and I have to admit something. I have not watched Real Housewives of Orange County for years. I watched the first several seasons and then kind of dropped off for a while and didn't get back into everything. I believe Orange County, New Jersey, and Atlanta are the 3 that I don't watch altogether. I would love to after Love Island is done, kind of catch up back on them. Also, like the random seasons like Dallas and DC, I never watched. They ever come back, I will. But yeah, I would really like to get back into the franchises that I haven't watched in a while. All 3 of those franchises, I watched the first handful of seasons and then for some reason stopped watching and never got back into them in like college or high school or something. But very excited for the 20th season. Just like 20 seasons is so crazy, especially because I did watch the first season and like for that to be 20 years ago is crazy. Real Housewives is really just like such a staple in the Bravo universe and very cool that it's the 20th season and that will premiere July 9th. And in our final kind of bigger story, we will finish with again, some more TV news that felt very personal to me because Amazon announced that they are making a follow-up series to The Girlfriend, and it will be called The Boyfriend. And I loved The Girlfriend. Not to be like I hit fake hipster, but I was like one of the first people to watch it. I did not see anyone talking about The Girlfriend when it first came out until weeks later. I watched it all in 2 days over a weekend. It was so good. I love Olivia Cook and Robin Wright. I just like really loved that show. I wrote a whole Substack about it. I'm very excited for a follow up. I'm not sure if it'll be like same characters, different characters, what. It doesn't really sound like there's any information other than this is happening. So, regardless, I'm very excited. I'm sure it'll be just as good if it's inspired by the same story or the same people writing it, whatever. But I will be tuning in no matter what. And as always, I have some stories for the group chat. And these are stories that I didn't necessarily expand on, but just wanted to run over and leave in the pop culture roundup because I do think that they are big things that happened this week. Olivia Rodrigo's new album, You Seem Pretty Sad for a Girl So in Love. I don't know why my brain just like glitched when I was reading that. It released this week. If you haven't listened to it, it's so good. It like might be a no skip album. I really like Expectations. That song is really good. And then there's a few more I really like too. But overall, she's so good. I love it. Only Murders in the Building has added a handful of new cast members. We have Simone Ashley, Rhea Norwood, Jennifer Saunders, Sean Teal, and a few more. Andy Cohen revealed that Jennifer Lawrence was actually the person who figured out who the Summer House reunion leaker was. So if you remember, audio leaked from when they filmed the reunion and they found out that it was someone in production, and Andy kind of hinted that a Bravo fan helped figure it out. And this week on Watch What Happens Live, he revealed that the fan was Jennifer Lawrence. I kind of need a follow up to this. I need to know how she figured it out. But I love that for her because she is a Bravo super fan. FX's Adults season 2 is returning and will premiere on August 27th. That is a very funny show. If you like overcompensating or like sex lives of college girls, I think you'd really like this show. They're also doing like a prequel episode, I believe in July, to kind of show how the friend group was created. So I'm very excited for that. It's a really good show and really funny, and I highly recommend. I believe it's on Hulu. Madonna dropped a new music video and it was star-studded. We had Sabrina Carpenter, Kate Moss, Julia Garner, a bunch of other people making cameos. So really fun. I know Madonna's like been performing in Times Square and she's releasing her new album, and big exciting time for Madonna and Madonna fans all over. In other similar music news, Charlie XCX, as we know, has recently announced her new album, Music Fashion Film. She also announced that she is doing a 2026 North American tour. I will be excited to listen to the new album when it drops. I believe it drops in July, if I remember correctly. Moving on to some TV and reality TV news. For reality TV, we have that The Real Housewives of New Jersey's Teresa Giudice. I don't even, is that how you say her last name? I actually don't know. Is it Giudice? Is that like fake Italian? I don't know. I don't know. Don't ask me. I don't know. But her daughter, Melania, who's also, if you remember, on Next Gen NYC, was arrested for assault in a domestic violence case. I haven't really seen the details, but we do know she was arrested this week. And I'm sure that there will be some kind of detail follow up at some point. And I also believe they are filming right now for New Jersey. So that's very interesting. And the second season of Next Gen NYC will premiere. I'm not sure. I can't remember if she's part of the cast, but regardless, I think whatever unfolds will be very interesting. And in this case, I just hope everyone who's affected is okay and never good to get arrested, obviously. In final reality TV news, also The Circle is getting a little revamp and also moving over to Hulu. They're changing it up a little, moving networks. I was a huge fan of The Circle the first couple of seasons and then kind of fell off of it. So it'll be interesting to see how it is in Hulu. And final little movie TV news, Romy and Michelle 2 is now in production. Paul Anthony Kelly is going to be joining the second Housemaid movie, The Housemaid's Secret. And finally, Ice Cube, Channing Tatum, and Jonah Hill are in talks for 24 Jump Street. And did I miss 23 Jump Street? I don't remember it. Did I block that out or did it never happen? I remember 21 and 22. I do not remember 23. But anyways, so much happened this week in pop culture. Really quick, let's get over what's really in my cultural orbit, what I'm reading, watching, etc. I just finished Party of Liars by Kelsey Cox. It was a thriller book. I was really looking for like a popcorn thriller, fast-paced book. This was not it for me. It really kind of was all over the place and a little confusing. And ultimately, the ending, I was kind of like, what? Not my favorite. It was fine, but just like not something I would necessarily recommend. On Substack, I am reading the article by Lindsay Denninger. Sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. She runs a pop culture Substack as well. And she did a whole recap of the first week of Love Island and also does daily recaps on each episode. So if you're behind or you want more Love Island information or like want to talk more about Love Island USA, definitely check out her Substack. I'll link it below. As far as what I am watching, similar to adults, I'm watching Not Suitable for Work on Hulu by Mindy Kaling. I really like it. Again, if you like adults overcompensating, sex lives of college girls, or just shows by Mindy Kaling, I think you'll really like this. My one complaint is that I wish we could binge it all. I think they're releasing it. I think they release 3 episodes at once and then 1 or 2 a week. So there's only 5 out right now, and it would like really be a great show to just sit down and binge. But otherwise, I'm really liking it. And that is on Hulu as well. Very funny, easy watch. As far as what I'm listening to, like I mentioned earlier, really loving the Olivia Rodrigo album. That has really been the only music I'm listening to. And as far as podcasts, my favorite podcast, We're Obsessed, just launched on YouTube and are now releasing 2 episodes a week on Wednesday and Fridays, which makes me very excited. It is literally my favorite podcast. I do try and run 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And now that they're releasing videos and podcasts Wednesdays and Fridays, that really gets me out of bed to go for a run because I can listen to it because I'm a psychopath and I listen to podcasts while I run, not music. So it really gets me up and gets me going. And then I can watch it on YouTube instead if I decide I want to do that. But really excited for them to be on their own feed and be releasing 2 episodes. And finally, what I'm thinking about this week, I also mentioned go Knicks. I am a big Knicks fan. And, Selena Gomez the other day mentioned how she hates that everyone's being a bandwagon fan. And to that, I say, you must hate me because I'm the biggest bandwagon Knicks fan. I just think it's really cool to like see how excited everyone in New York is and the camaraderie in the community. And I obviously don't live there, but it's been really fun to just see everyone be so happy. And I hope they win. Tonight is game 5 on Saturday, June 13th. It is also my wedding anniversary. And I told my husband, I said, sorry, we have to watch the Knicks game tonight. We didn't know we're going out to dinner tomorrow, so that's fine. But that's not actually why we're skipping dinner. It just works better tomorrow. But I said, thank God, because now we can watch the next game. I really hope they win. I love cosplaying as a New York basketball fan. And that's everything this week. It felt like such a crazy pop culture week. I don't even feel like I fit everything in this week that I wanted to on the pop culture roundup. There's like a ton of other Bravo news and just like shows being announced and things happening. So I did my best. It was a crazy week, but I kind of love a crazy pop culture week. Let me know in the comments below if there's any other topics you want to chat about. I love talking about it. And otherwise, you can check out the Substack I post every week, the Pop Culture Catch Up on Anthropoplogy if you prefer to read it. Otherwise, I'll see you next week for next week's Pop Culture Catch Up.